that I am a totally different person. And even though I'm pretty sure that I'll be judged for who I was and not who I am, I know I have to face this. Four events and 4 judges per event. That's 16 judges ready to tell us just how bad we suck. 16 people ready to tell us just how perfect we're not. But here we are, chasing perfection. The problem is, perfection doesn't exist. But just try telling that to the judges.
Can you move, please? Oh, you're very clever. No, we decided our start value is at 9.8, not 10.
You know what the strength required for that move? Do you realize what you're going to be doing?
I'm quite aware. Thank you very much.
This is really about the routine.
Look, we don't want to encourage you girls to attempt such a dangerous skill and risk injury. Surely, you know, with your track record, you could understand that. I mean, probably. Anyway. Could you move, please?
It doesn't matter how hard you run or how high you flip. Leave your hands on the ball table too long, deduction. If you use one arm instead of 2, big deduction. And if your feet clip the ball before they hit the floor, you're done. So you say you want lyrics in your floor music? Huge deduction. Music finishes but you don't? 2/10 deduction. It doesn't matter how well you do. It's how well you follow their rules. And that just blows.
Wait, you were supposed to cut it out before that. So anyway, you asked me what church looks like today, I would tell you it's gymnastics. Now why? Why do I feel this way? I would tell you, church has gotten this idea that we have to follow a single model, that we have to do it this way, that a church is a service, and the service is done this way, or the church is a building, and the building should be done this way. That if you don't follow these things, deduction, you didn't do it right. Deduction. Is that the church? Is that really what we've become? Because I would tell you, if you look at the church of America today, the sport it represents, probably the most, is gymnastics. Now, one of my favorite parts, and I'll ruin the end of the movie for you, is when they find a loophole. They said, you know what? We want to add some creativity. If no one does anything except for one person, that one person has to win. And they get to do whatever routine they want to do. And some of the routines, I was like, dude, if they did some of that, I'd watch gymnastics. There's one girl who does like a hip-hop dance on the balance beam. And I'm like, I would so watch that sport if they did that. But they're so caught up of this is how it runs, or it has to be a certain way, that it can't be any other way. Or deduction, no, it doesn't work. Have you ever felt that way? Honestly, have you felt that way about the church? That, can't use this, we can't do this, or, I want to do this idea, but I got to go through this committee, this committee, this committee. Honestly, have you ever felt that way? No. Yeah, I mean, it's not wrong. This is what has happened. And if we look back at that passage, did Jesus say, you know, I'm going to send you this perfect thing in the world of a system, of how to run an organization to make it work? Did he say that? No, he said, I'm sending who? He says in the Holy Spirit, which will empower you, the church. Right? We get in this idea that we have to do church one way. That we have to do the mission that God gave us in a certain way. Well, I'm here to tell you, the church is no longer the building. The church is no longer the service. The pastor is not the church. We all are the church. Now, they all come and are very valuable. The building allows us to gather as the church. The book of discipline, I don't know if you all read it. I loved it. Wait. Actually, I did. Because you're reading through these rules and you're like, wow, like this makes sense. Like, I can't believe they thought about this. Because it's kind of a fail-safe to not let bad things happen. So I ask you, I'm going to give you some examples of ministries have been going on that look nothing like we've been doing. There's this one place in England, a guy and a girl, they got married, and they decided they're going to own a jewelry store. And that's what they're going to do. But they said, we're going to do things differently. Number one, the diamonds we buy are not going to be, it's going to be fair trade only.